Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If, or no, not What If. It's top 10 you favorite Yu-Gi-Oh cards, in my opinion. So number 10, so these are all based on my opinion. So it's basically, and the plus also for Florentine Yu-Gi-Oh, he will probably make his one. But now we get into mine. So at number 10, we have Outstanding Dog Mary. It's a light level 1 beast effect monster. Attack 100, defense 100. Its effect is, if this card is sent to the grave, you can activate one of these following effects. Place this card on the bottom of your deck, or add one Outstanding Dog Mary in from your deck to your hand. And if you do, place this card on top of your deck. You can only use this effect, Outstanding Dog Mary, once per turn. So, reason why it made on to my list, I almost put the Pot of Greed on this list because, yeah. Plus, reason why it's at number 10 is because this card, after I saw this card, I literally almost cried. Because my dog, though, when I was younger, I had the exact same dog. Like, she looked just like this one, but without the big part. And her name was Callie. Yeah. Rest in peace, dog. Rest in peace. So, hold on, let me check. Number 9 is actually I don't know how to say her name properly, so it's Parasite Queen. That's so from the anime. Because this is, when I say Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I mean from like anime or real game one. So there's a couple rulings. So first of all, it's a fusion monster, and like it uses the fusion parasites that's on this list as like a requirement, and then it gains attack and like does stuff like that. But in the end, and I'll be coughing a lot in these videos. So, not because I'm sick, or it's so dry. My throat is dry. So, yeah. So, basically it takes 2 of these and like use them to create that. But the one thing that always scares me is that I thought the big shell looking thing that was back of this creature was its actual form. So plus whoever designed it in the anime needs to be punched. Okay? So, yeah. So number 8 is fusion parasite. And it's a dark level 1 insect effect monster, and it's basically if this card is basically this card is used for as any fusion monster, basically sheep number 2 moves, but it also gains it can't be used for so if this card is special summoned except during the damage step, so because in the anime this card boosts attack points. And that's pretty broken. Plus, it latches on to monsters that include this card. So basically controls them. Like how in the anime the fusion parasite took control of these two girls, this one, and everyone except for her, the name yugioh, or I forget his name, the main protagonist. And this is a funny fact for you. Yugioh wouldn't been a main character in the entire series. It would have had to be in the Supreme King Zark, or Zark. You know that guy from the anime where he used, because he would be a main protagonist. Without him, without his dragons, the archetype that he gave birth to would not exist. And him fusing with all 4 of his dragons to create Supreme King Dragon is pretty insane. Yeah. It's just my opinion. So next will be, I put Clear World because this one, and I don't know what it is, but I do know that it's supposed to be like reflection of something, like mirror. But there is my number 7 would had to be
Mirror of Duality.
Mirror of Duality. Because I like this card because you can see into opponents' hand of what they're playing. And some people that are chosen by the card, or those witches, or those girls, or that Sartorius's sister. Then I like it because beats out the parasite fusion parasite, the parasite queen, and the dog one. That was this one. Yeah. So, yeah. Plus, it has a cool artwork where we you kind of see like kind of like fusion stuff like in the artwork and like that stuff. So let's move on. Yeah. Sorry. So the basically, yeah. Basically, the sorry about that. So the next on the list is code changer or change. Code change. It's a quick play spell card where you can target one face up monster or card on the field. Well, effects like evolution types involves a types or yeah. Sorry. Monsters and declares an type until the end phase. The types are yeah in the targeted cards text become the declared type. So, and reason why I choose this card over like the other like other four cards is because it has like the soldier of or not soldier, the marauded captain in the artwork, like the card thing. And some people might play this card after this video. Oh. And the yeah. So let's move on to outer entity as throughout. Yeah. It's a dark and rank 5 fiend XYZ effect monster. It takes 3 level 5s monsters. You can also XYZ summon this card by using an outer entity XYZ monster you control as materials. Transfer its materials to this card. Can not be used as materials for an XYZ material after this card was XYZ summoned. Your opponent can't activate monsters, effects, or the rest of the turn. If this card, if this card has less than 3 XYZ materials, 1 fusion, 1 synchro, 1 XYZ, you can detach 1 material from this card, destroy all cards from your opponent's control. So, yeah. Reason why it's made it onto this list is because it sends like spooky vibes to me. Like basically every time I see it, it sends horror down my back. Heck. Yeah. And it's whoever designed this, I love it perfectly. Yeah. So that was number 5. Because reason why he's above the other like the code change is because this one is cool. And then yeah. So then now tainted brain or thing, like tainted wisdom. Those that's it's a dark level 3 fiend effect monster. If this attack position monster is changed to face down or face up defense mode, shuffle your deck. Yeah. So the it basically when I see that ancient brain thing or tainted brain, those would be like worms that's coming out of his brain, and that shuffles. You know, do you have worms in your head? Literally. So, next card. Let me close that out. Next card is Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Why this card is on the list is because I like how it came in from the anime, where it literally like shoots its pincers out to grab like a monster from the graveyard, brings it to your side of field, or drains the attack points. So yeah. Yeah. And plus its stats are like level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Level 8 monster, dark. Level 8 dragon effect, or dragon fusion effect monster. Takes 2 dark monsters, negate the effects of all monsters on the field with attacks lower than this card earns. During each player's turn or standby phase, all face-up monsters on the field lose 500 attack. When monsters on the field lose to attack, this card gains. Okay. So basically, yeah. So I like this card because it boosts itself up. Like it's feeding itself constantly from your opponents. And let me check this. Number 2 is Thorn Prisoner archetype. The entire archetype from the anime. That allows you to basically, or makes your life points go lower, and it does like weird stuff from the anime to the. And if I had to give this a rating, of like 2 out of 10 thing, because when the monsters from this archetype would had to be better, like retrained, and not just like, oh, I'm gonna be such and such. Like, there's so many negations. This archetype would have been trash, like thrown out a window, kind. But that reminds me, if you guys have any of these, like Thorn Princess, or no, Thorn Prisoners deck, let me know. Okay. And yeah. So then yeah. So, yeah. Because this is my own custom one. It has Thorn Prisoner in the, like Japanese. Yeah. But this one is Dark level 1. You being an effect monster, but this one you can select one monster from your opponent's deck or graveyard, equip it. So basically, it's basically like taking your monster or your opponent's monster, equipping it to this card. If it does, then this card gains that equipped monster's attack points and defense. If this card is used for like something with a like Thorn Prisoner, I use the like English names of it, but not like Japanese names. So, and it gains its following effect of this card attacks your opponent's life points directly. And if this card is sent to the grave, you can shuffle this card into your deck, draw 2 cards from the top of your deck. You take no damage from battles involving this card. So basically, this card is pretty broken, yes. So now, we are on number 1. Roll of Faith. I actually made a custom card. It's similar to this card, but it works for both players. If you're from the future, welcome. This is a past and the so Roll of Faith allows you to basically roll a dice, draw cards equal to that resolve, then send and the equal number from your top of your deck to the graveyard. So mine, so this card seems pretty broken, but it's balanced because you draw cards equal and then you discard equal. So basically think about it. Because the card that I made was, it doesn't support the anti-soul, but it has the anti-soul inside. It's called anti-soul dice. It has a similar effect to Roll of Faith one, but this one is called Roll a so anti-soul dice. It's a quick play. So roll a 6-sided dice. Both players draw cards equal to the resolve. Then they also send an equal number of cards from the top of their deck to the graveyard. If this card is sent or is in your graveyard or battle zone, you can shuffle this card from your deck or into the deck. Both players lose 2,000 life points. If it does, then you draw 3 extra cards. Yeah. So basically, it has this additional like graveyard effect of because the other one might. Sorry. The oh no, that's on it. This one, the Roll of Faith, doesn't have a graveyard effect, but that's good because that's old school one. My custom one that I made was it basically allows you to have both monsters going at the same time. It's like you, your opponent, or both players can draw cards. So it basically targets both players to roll a dice. Yeah. So this card, it only allows you to do it. But if you pull the trigger and like you had, I forget that mystical panel or whatever that trap card is. Like this card, you could like use that. Like if you waited a turn and you activated this card and then chain to it using this card, then your opponent rolls the dice. Yes. And they draw cards and discard cards. Earns. Because it only targets players. So you can basically give this card to your opponent. Own it. So, yeah. There's also, let me set out some ground rules with how this 10 favorite cards are. So, there has to be 10 cards. It doesn't matter if it was like custom cards or the like anime cards or the real card game one. The yeah. Plus, you could also add like new cards, like new slots to it too. It doesn't have to be like 10 cards. It could have been like 20 cards max. Yeah. So, my archetype, or this is just for number 0, would had to be Pot of Greed. I know it's a banned spell card because the game, it is just too funny. Because I love that card because I play it more every time to get my like combos in and And yeah, I do like the Card of Destruction, the pot of, or like Jar of Greed and all that stuff. But nothing beats like the Pot of Greed, because that's my favorite card. If you do like it, subscribe, comment, and yeah. And now moving on to my theory. This is just a theory. Ready? The Zuko, or no, this is a theory. What if Ojamas were Power Rangers? Because if you really think about it, here, the there's a like there's this like theory that I have. So if Ojamas were like they kind of looked like Power Rangers. First of all, like there's Ojama Red, or no, actually, first three are like Ojama Yellow. Would have been the like a archetype, or like would be a leader of the archetype, followed by black and green, like Rangers. Then new who guys are. I said new guys like Ojama Red and Ojama Blue. Would have been Red Ranger and Blue Ranger. And then we get like the Pink Ranger form of Ojama Pink. So if you guys, and then yeah, so it would be like they just snuck in Power Rangers form of like Ojamas, because the Ojama King would have been their like Megazord, and then the Ojama would have been the Emperor, would have been the floating head guy, would have been this one that like assembled the team in the first place. Yeah. And so, yeah. That's what I think that's what they supposed to be. Like Power Rangers in like the Ojama cartoony form. So if you guys want to like think about it, go right ahead. So peace out, y'all. And if the foreign time Yu-Gi-Oh is watching, this is 3 rules. It has to be 10 or 20 cards, and of like custom or real cards or the anime cards. And it only has to be like in your opinion of why you like it. Not, oh, my friend used to play it way back when. when it starts first appeared. That's not okay. But our modern day one, like right now, and then the third include the do like a link to this YouTube or video to it. So bye bye now. Bye bye.